Right, that's what. Right, people, I'll just hit a few little points I'm going to bring up. So I'm going to talk about why pencils are used for voting, which I brought up before, in the ballot boxes. Can't be right, man. So what happened was I went down to, I got an appointment with two ladies, electoral ladies, down at the Civic Centre, and they met us at the reception and all that, just to chat with the pencil crack, because I couldn't get my head around it. Why that would be so and all that, like, so it's kind of interesting. So I was there a little bit early, so the lassie says, well, phone her, guns, well, look, tell her there's plenty of time, I'm early and I'll just take a seat. So in the meantime, I was going to say a bouncer. Security guy comes down, standing at the side, just looking at, talking and all that, and looking. I thought, well, was this a crack? So the two ladies come up, and this was the crack, so it went like this. So I asked them why pencils were used. None of us residents can get our head around this, why pencils are used, which are open to be rubbed out in theory. I mean, pencils on official documents can't be right. And then she went in to say this. She says, well, look, she said at first it's because it's smudged, the ink smudges and all that. I says, well, hold on. I've got two pens here in my pocket, biros. They're just random biros I've picked up. I've got them here. I pulled them out of my pocket and I says to them in front of me, I'll do it on a bit of paper now and I'll show you. These pens do not smudge. So I don't know why you keep saying this. And then she said, well, ask this lass here. So this other lass said, well, it's to do with the legislation from, I think she said 1887 or 1888, canny long time ago. And that's when ink would have been kind of done when feathers and all that crack, of course, so that ink would smudge. And that's still gone new in 2023, and that's the kind of reason it's saying. Hey, I see as times have changed, man. That can't be right, man. We're very suspicious of all this now, and it's been done at forward cons in votes, which I said in America. She says, well, we didn't vote like America. I can't understand that. They're voting slightly different, but I watched them pulling bags in suitcases of ballot suit, fiddling the ballots with that voting machines and all the rest, but we're pulling them out and putting them through, man. It's been done on many occasions. Why is that still going on today and all that, like with the pencils and all that? It's unreal. So then she said, well, about the smudge, and I said, no, that's not going to happen. I says, well, why? She says, well, you can go and take your own pen. So they're saying it's a problem for there, and then it's not. So then it says you can take your own. Like, if you check your ballots, what comes in from the people who are postal votes, you'll find they're all pen on it. And she says, yeah, guns, well, why isn't it all pen? She says, well, it's to do with the price then. She said it was the price of pens, really. I says, well, why don't you put them on a bit of string or a chain? Somebody'd say, yeah. Why don't you put them on a chain or a bit of string or something in the ballot boxes? She says, well, they'll probably run low and then we'll have to change them and all that. They would have to be changed now. I mean, this doesn't stack up to me, people, and I'm not saying them or day and out, but I didn't think that it's shopping for 100% abuse there. Right, and then when I was saying, well, she says, well, how can that be fraudulently done? I can't, well, if pencils there, you can obviously rub that cross out and just put the cross in somewhere else, of course. She says, well, they've got seals put on and all this, people watch them and all that, but look, she says, we're not part of the council, not like I can't right, he's on part of the council, they're sitting doing in them offices, man. Any ballots took to them offices, I wouldn't trust anything in the council offices, and not to be trusted at all. Labour Council, not to be trusted at all. So I says, well, it could be done doing nothing, couldn't it? Not. And then she said about she says, well, ink can be done. I can't, well, how's that? She says, well, if you put your cross in the wrong place with a pen at the ballot box, you can just put a line through it. And that doesn't, I says, well, surely that voids your sort of, your voting slip or whatever it is. She says, no, that's allowable. So what can happen is, people, you can put a line through it with a pen and just put the cross somewhere else, and that's acceptable. So that's even worse That's up into even more abuse. You wouldn't even have to rub it out with a rubber. You would just put it on. This is a voting system. I'll say this. It was either Mark Twain or Benjamin Franklin or Franklin Benjamin. It was one of them. I think it was Twain, actually, Mark Twain. And what he said was, if voting worked, they wouldn't let you do it. That was a canny long time ago. I obviously seen the writing on the wall with the same crack there. Now that with this garbage now, so we had a good talk for about 10-15 minutes now, and very enlightening in a way. So that system's just totally wrong. Open, we've not told her this, that's open to 100% abuse. Till you get pens in these ballot boxes, none of us up there trust it. We know what up at Throckley, Leamington and West Denton, there was lots of independents running at the time, the last vote and all that. Not one of them come in, and all these two little clowns that are around here that have done nothing but sell the fields out and the rest. Got themselves in and never showed their face of do nothing. They'll not take seriously your issues around here, they ignore you. This is Labour councillors I'm talking about here. Labour councillors. And I will say this about them two Labour councillors before I get on to something else. Dan Greenhoff, Simon Barnes sold our field out behind we the people's backs, behind all of you's backs out there. Take a good look at yourselves. If you're still voting Labour, man, you need to look at some stuff on the network and all that, and just get yourselves together and see the facts for what it is. And any of you who are voting Labour, if you've got grandkids or kids in all that, you're selling their futures away because they've just done it here, purposely done it here behind our backs, telling lies, and this is okay. This should shame anybody that votes for Labour. I'm telling you this now. You want to change your acts, man, or it's never going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. Right, that's the legislation part, right? I'll just get to this here. So there's a few little bits I'm going to hide. Just interesting bits and all that for you to look at it. Stuff that's happening. You don't have to believe me, go and check it up yourselves. Right, Pam Smith took 2 more emails to get to her, to get them to answer. So I'm not even going to read it out. Just waffle. I'm not going to waste my oxygen reading that garbage out and bother you in your heads with a garbage out, which is rubbish. Just put back waffle, yeah. We know what the crack is. Right. All of this 15-minute cities come from the WEF, the World Economic Forum. You've heard this in the last one with that Klaus Schwab and all that. It's them that's perpetrating this in the countries that sit with them, not all of them, but most of them, as they're doing exactly the same, man. It's nothing to do with climate change, yeah? Why they're saying climate change, they put it under a climate emergency, therefore they can bypass any meaningful consultation, talking to us and do what they want. This has come from the WEF, and these are doing it, the government, and the councils obviously get money to do this kind of garbage, so it's getting perpetrated through it, and these idiots doing here are doing it as well. You need to wake up to these people, big style. So 1992, it was called Agenda 2021 then, man. They mustn't have getting it through or started then, so all of a sudden the new one is Agenda 2030. This is when they're taking your cars off you and all that, So how do you get to work? These guys that work for yourselves now, that you're going to start waking up and never think about it. I'm telling you now, it's going to affect these big style that going to work. I mean, in their realm, mustn't want people to work at it. They're purposely destroying it, because if people didn't work, you get on that social credit system, they're going to come in and they control you 100% properly and all that, man. Get a grip of it, people, telling you. Right, well, if you remember back, all this scaremongering started a lot of years ago. And I remember, it used to be the ozone layer and all that they were ranting on for ages and ages. All of a sudden, they're forgetting about that, haven't they? And Al Gore, who was running around preaching this garbage and all that, what others and all that stuff, was running around saying this. And he said that by 2018, because this was a while ago, the Maldives would be underwater. Well, the last time I looked, I didn't think I think there's still people down there on holiday now. It's all under the disguise. And I'll say it once again for them that didn't see the previous ones. 2%. This was from Constantine Christen. Super sharp, man, super sharp. And he's doing, he's down in Oxford, the university, talking about it. And this is where it come from, and I watched him. And he said, 2% of the pollution is Britain's. So if Britain sank under the ocean tomorrow, completely under, it wouldn't make diddly squad difference, man. Because the polluters are India, Asia, and China, and them aren't going to tackle it. But these other ones are putting it under the disguise so they can get control with the WEF and put this Klaus Schwab's sort of agenda through and all that, man. It's pretty horrendous. You've got to wake up, man. You better get a grip and start getting emails out, and we'll see what happens when we hit the streets. It's going to ruin small businesses, which are going down. Some are speaking up, but if you've got a small business, you better start speaking up, because when it starts getting where they're not letting you get anyway and there's no immunity, so you're not going to be getting visits, man. You'll not be able to come there, or they'll be charging with £12.50 or more now, you know. So, hey, businesses need to really, really jump in here as well, you know, before they ruin it and all that. They've been ruining through COVID and all that, of course, and it's all by design, yeah, all by design. Right, there's a phone app come out. Probably some of you have seen it now. All that's about is fear. They're going to keep the fear going so they can keep control. You'll notice this. And that app can be knocked off. Angela's already done it and others have done it. Find out how to do it and knock it off, because it's just playing you, man. They're going to use it to fear you. And it's about the weather and all that. We've had this weather. Hey, I'm 67, man. I've been in all sorts of weather. A lot worse weather than we get lately. But they're just building it up and putting the crap out to scare you, so to keep this climate emergency garbage going, yeah. Check out the facts for some proper top guys, man, in the world. Not on the normal channels, but you'll find out it's not as I say it. It's not as I say it. This is something that happens every 10,000 years or something. I believe it's either 5 or 10,000 years if you look into it. It changes because of the earth crack from the sun, and all that, you know. Check it out, man, people, for yourselves. Right, well, and people are suggesting this now, various people who are in the media and all that. They're not saying it outright, but it's getting put across that it's either tyranny we're going to be dealt with and let them get away with it, the government and the councils, or there's going to be civil disobedience. And civil disobedience is going to have to come. We're seeing this now, lots of it who are following this, millions of it. And eventually the British will let it get off their backsides. Lads will let it get themselves a pair of balls and get out there and protect the kids and the women. And get out protesting when it's coming soon. Don't let the women just do it by themselves. There's loads of protesting. I've been on protest and all that. You better stand up, lads, man, be counted there. This is your kids' futures and your grandkids' futures. Don't let them do this to you. I'm telling you now. Right, he has a silly one. This was at Worthingstow, well, that is doing South. I've just watched it. And the guy that I've just getting this off earlier is Andy the Gabby Cabby. He's got about 30,000 followers on YouTube, and he speaks canny sense now, and he gets into stuff and that. So this is what he's just found out. So there's someone down there in the flats have put a bin out, and some of these councils are trying to say you can have 7 bins for recycling. Now looking around here, some people saying they're just throwing it all in one truck. Doing them to seeing it now, like, so I don't know what's going on with that recycling. There's something fishy. Somebody needs to look into it. So the 7 bins are talking about eventually, man. You couldn't get 7 bins in your place, man. So anyway, they put a bin out at the round day, and there's some private company that's the council pay to go and run now. And what they've done is they've given them a £400 fine. And when they've said, what's that about? Your bin was out on the wrong day. You know what I've said? It's under fly tipping. Fly tipping. Hey. Wow. It's a crazy old world we live in, crazy old world. Right, the ward councillors, I'll just say once again, do not vote when it gets voted for any Labour person. I'm telling you now. Get them out. No 2 ways about it. Right, I think that's kind of deep on it there. How pops up seriously comes doing that. How you do it? No, I think I might like some more. Just little bits of snippets that are kind of interesting, you know. But do not forget to check out what the WAF's done and who sits with them and watches them. Richie Sunak and the rest of them. Outrageous. No democracy, no representation. They'll not listen. Exactly like the Labour Council down there. You've got to get them out, people, man. Right, take care, have a good weekend and all that, man. Like we're going to do ourselves. I'll crops up, I'll come back. Right, see you later. Ta-ra.